I'd like to talk to you about your lack of professionalism at the last professional development meeting. It appeared that you were bored.
Yes, I was bored.
The professional development was a thought-provoking look at best practices using research-based results driven by the data. The 7 practices outlined work because they are simple, and they are simple because they work. They showed us how we can address our differentiated population and improve the quality of our instruction. This kind of professional development is what we need to become world-class.
Well, it covered the exact same topics we have covered every year for the past 5 years. Her information was based on research from Robert Marzano, an author whose work we studied last year in our year-long book study on differentiated instruction. Anyone who has taught longer than 3 years has been exposed to this information numerous times.
Differentiated instruction is very important. It is a cornerstone to making our curriculum relevant and accessible for all of our students. We can't expect high achievement if we don't differentiate instruction.
Then why isn't professional development differentiated for teachers?
Let's get back to your lack of professionalism.
Okay.
I'm afraid that your lack of professionalism is affecting other staff members. You need to show better leadership.
Every single staff member that I have spoken to has lamented that the professional development was 7 hours of their lives that they will never get back. Some mentioned that death by paperclip would have been less painful.
That's simply not true. We sent out a survey asking teachers what they learned and what our next steps as a school are, and got great feedback from teachers that want to make our school world-class.
The survey required names. Everyone was required to fill out the survey, so ignoring it was not an option. You won't get honest feedback with a required survey that requires names.
Surveys must have names. Otherwise the data cannot be trusted. We are not interested in anonymous surveys.
In the recent climate survey, over 85% of teachers said they were not comfortable sharing their opinion if they knew it was different than that of the administration team.
Yes, but the climate survey was anonymous. Therefore, the results cannot be trusted. Your behavior in the professional development session will result in a growth plan for your evaluation this year. We will outline steps for you to improve your professionalism so that you can be an effective teacher who contributes to our world-class environment.
In my first evaluation, you said I exceeded standards in my ability to differentiate my classroom activities to meet the needs of all students. Are you saying that you are going to put me on a growth plan because I acted bored in a 7-hour professional development on a topic I already exceed standards on?
Yes.
You told me earlier this year that the student in my class that yelled as he threw a book at me from across the room was simply bored. You also said that the student's behavior was more indicative of my poor classroom management than it was bad behavior on the part of the student. You said his actions did not warrant a suspension or any other consequence.
Yes, I remember that.
Then why is my so-called poor behavior an indicator of my lack of professionalism? Why isn't it an indicator of weak presentation skills on the part of the presenter and a lack of differentiated instruction and professional development?
To have a world-class environment, we must all pull together and have a laser-like focus on what's best for children. The school is not here to make professional development interesting or relevant for you. It is your responsibility to make professional development interesting and relevant for yourself.
But it's not my student's responsibility to make my curriculum interesting and relevant for himself?
Right. I'm glad we had this talk. What have you learned from our meeting? What would you do differently next time?
Feign interest?
Yes, that's how we get to be world-class.